Hey, it's Dylan, and I'm going to be going over the production of my new song, Is This How It All Falls Apart? So, first off, I just want to say thank you. The love has been honestly unbelievable. Like, I did not expect anything remotely close. Shout out TikTok, I guess. I also want to say thank you, Spotify, for the Fresh Finds pop cover and the Fresh Finds placement. I'm extremely grateful for that. And yeah, let's get right into it. So, first off, this song is definitely a more songwriting heavy, vocal songwriting, and the vocals kind of carry the song. So the production's nothing crazy. I'm willing to bet that this video will probably be a lot shorter than the last one. So yeah, so the first thing I started with was the guitar. So really simple, pretty sad. It's two notes going back and forth, the bass notes changing, and then a little bit later on, the guitar changes slightly by adding one note. So yeah, basically what I did was I plugged in my guitar to my interface and then played it out through the speakers. So you know, no processing or anything like that. First off, this is my boy Ozzy. Make a quick appearance here. He's my baby boy. Oh, I'm sorry about that, but yeah. So I played it through my speakers. You know, no pedals or anything. I don't own a guitar pedal. I don't own an amp. Any amping I do is just with a plug-in digitally. But basically I recorded that from my speakers into my iPhone, like just voice memos. And honestly, it sounds better than like a lot of the guitars I try to record directly in. So it's just got like a RC20, the slightly changed preset. VHS preset, and yeah, just a tiny bit of compression, and simple but effective. So after that, it was the vocals that I just recorded to that guitar. Vocals, I went through my vocal chain in the last production breakdown. You can check that out on the channel. I went in a little bit more depth there. But yeah, just pretty standard auto-tune. There's a little bit of a high boost at the end there. And then soothe, of course, because why not? And here's what that sounds like.
Is this how it all falls apart?
So that's with a little bit of a reverb. The reverb I used was Valhalla Vintage Verb. It's the default preset, and then I shortened the decay a little bit. But
when do we have time to hit restart?
yeah, so another thing about this is I recorded it like pretty lazily. I kind of thought I was gonna end up re-recording stuff, but I ended up just going with the demo vocals. So really all I did was I left my microphone at my desk. I didn't go into my closet or anything where it would be, you know, better treated sound-wise. I just sang it right here into a plastic table, and it doesn't sound great, but I don't think I could get the emotion better if I tried to re-sing it.
Is this how it all falls apart?
'Cause these were probably like close to first takes. If not first takes, at least in this first verse. So basically how it all came together was I wrote the first verse one night, and then my cat is playing around. But I wrote the first verse in one night, maybe a couple hours. I was working on the song, and then the next day I finished the rest of it, basically like 95, 98% of the way done. which is very rare for me, because usually what I end up doing is I'll spend like 3-4 hours on 1 minute of a song, like the first verse, first chorus, and whatnot. And then I will listen to that a million times and sometimes wait months before I go back into it, because I'm kind of scared to ruin something that I already really like. But, you know, this one just flowed right on out of me. So yeah, there's the vocals and the guitar together. Let's hear it.
This is how it all falls apart. We're forcing something that wouldn't bend.
So I mean, even if we go to the end part, like, the song is mostly just those two things. There's a lot of little background stuff I do, but here's the like breakdown.
Oh, my jealousy is broken hearted.
So I mean, sure, it's missing the bass and a bunch of background vocal stacks to really fill it out, but I mean, it's the bones of the track. So from this main vocal that I just showed you guys, here's kind of the echo stuff that's going on in the first verse. It's not really a traditional echo. I think I just copied and pasted what I had up at the top here onto another track, and then let's see, added an echo boy, a little alter boy, and that's it. It's just that it looks like it's literally the default preset of Echo Boy and nothing else, except for the EQ changed a little bit. After that is like one of my favorite parts of the song. It's this stuff that's in the background on the sides that you can kind of hear.
Are you
Just
to
kind of,
blame? And there's nothing left for me to take.
so I believe this was just me.
This is how it'll.
I think it was just the main vocal like reversed, and then I put this plugin called Crystallizer on. It's a granular delay plugin, and then I high cut the stuff. Here are the settings for it if you want to try to get a similar effect. I find it's hard to kind of pick the right recycle amount on that plugin to kind of get it really dialed in. But then there is, no background vocals in the first verse at all. It's literally one track.
This is how it all falls apart.
Which is very unlike me as well. I almost always like double stuff and put it on the sides and have like a falsetto double. So this little in-between verse section, it's this stuff, and then it's this guitar, which I absolutely adore. And then there's this little chop on the right side that happens. So together. And then with everything, it works really well with the main guitar. It's just kind of like off beats and stuff. I have some plugins on there. This first one's got definitely a slap delay on there. I tend to do that a lot, and then I put a micro shift on a lot of my guitars as well. And the second one is also another slap with some RC20 on there, and then it automates off somewhere. Yeah, so from here, starting to go crazy. But from here you can hear that little vinyl crackle. That's from RC20. And I didn't want it throughout the whole song, so once the first part of the second verse comes in, it turns off. And then over here it starts to turn on again when everything comes in. I mean, you can't notice it, you can't tell, but it's more of one of those things you can kind of feel rather than hear. As well as, I forgot to show these, but this is me playing a note on the bass, on my bass, and then here, let me turn all these off. It's a really high note on the bass, but it's the redux. Going crazy there. So yeah, there's just one on the left, one on the right. And then the actual bass. Super simple, the same exact bass notes that are in the guitar. And then basically,
You don't know, but I broke your heart.
right after "You Don't Know But I Broke Your Heart," "I'll Tell You It's All Okay" comes, and then I kind of wanted that to just feel like, just like hit ya. So it's a doubled, it's literally the double of the bass, pitched it down 12, and dragged the filter down as well, so it's just the low end. So it's basically the sub of the song. It's the sub of the song. I just, instead of using a synth, I just pitched down my bass.
I know I've thrown it all away.
So in the second verse here, there's about 1 billion background vocals, and here, let's see how many. So we're starting on track 22 here. Don't let that fool you, but 22 to 55, 33 background vocal tracks. I'm probably not using all of them. 25 is not used, so 32, I guess. But
Falls apart.
these backgrounds, I just didn't think too hard about them. I just kind of sang some harmonies and then just kept singing harmonies, and I added most of them to the actual song. They don't all sound great.
Falls apart.
When I was singing, I had this little little Velcro strip that I was playing around with.
Falls apart.
You can hear like right there. It kind of sounds like a chair creaking. I just left it in. I didn't mind how it sounded. Actually,
No, but I broke your.
I left this chair movement in intentionally, because I liked how it sounded. I don't know where it is, but yeah, that's in the final song, so you'll probably be able to hear that next
This is
time.
how it all falls apart. You don't know.
Or maybe you could already hear it and it just sounded weird, but I kind of liked how it sounded, so yeah, I left it in. So my favorite part of the song is this final section here when the kick comes in.
I've been thinking back to where we started.
My computer's struggling if you can't tell, but yeah, it's literally a kick drum, and I could not get the pocket right for whatever reason. So I had to delay this 50 milliseconds.
Yeah, I'm the one who should be getting hurt.
I'm not sure why it took that much, but, you know, is what it is. So without the background vocals, I mean...
Oh, my jealousy is broken hearted. It's time to tell you what I have to do. I've been thinking back to where we started and all the trouble that I put you through.
Sounds like that, but you know what makes the track are these backgrounds.
Started and all the trouble that I put you through.
Back and forth, back and forth.
Oh, my jealousy is broken hearted. It's time to tell you what I have to do.
Oh man, when I first heard that, when I first sang that part, I was like,
Time to tell you what I
got
have
something.
to do.
I left these little... I should show these gang vocals first. So they're pretty quiet in the actual mix, but it's just me. I was standing maybe 10 feet from my mic, just singing a low version of that, and then a higher version. Look at all these are in the center too. I don't even notice. Some of these are on the sides. So I changed it up a tiny bit for the last one. But yeah, I mean, look at this. It's 55 tracks. Probably 5 of them aren't getting used, and 1, 2, 3, almost 40 of them are vocals. So 35 of the tracks are vocals. Actually, probably, I mean, more because of this background stuff. So the only real production was getting those vocals to sound good, adding some delays and whatnot, and then yeah, finding stuff that just kind of put the cherry on top, like this. So like this doesn't even sound good, like it sounds horrible, but
oh, my jealousy is broken hearted.
in the context of the whole song, it's just support for everything else, and it just kind of makes it all work together. So yeah, if you have any specific questions that I might have missed or anything like that, feel free to put it in a comment or DM me on Instagram or something like that, and I'll let you know. I don't think I really missed much, but because the song, you know, it's not super production heavy, but I do like doing these. I think I'm gonna keep doing them for the songs that I like mostly produce, at least, because I don't know, when I was watching these, when I was learning, when I was first learning how to produce music, I loved watching, you know, John Bellion and Jeremy Zucker do these production breakdowns, and it was like super inspiring, and that would always make me want to go make music. And so hopefully it helps someone either enjoy the song more, or just if you wanted to learn a little bit more about it. I hope I could do that for you. And like I said, if you have any questions, message me, put it in the comments, or whatever. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for the love on the song. It's my favorite song I've ever written, and it might be forever, but who knows. Again, thank you guys. Bye.